My name is Michel Bauwens, and we are at the Impact Economy 2015 conference in Whistler, Canada. So we have three guests today. One is Matthew Slater on my left. We have Michael Linton on my right, and we have Arthur Brock. And the common interest of these three people is they're pioneers in new currencies. So I have a first question. We'll start with Matthew. What is your conception of money, and how does your project relate to that conception?
I think the definition of money is immensely political, and we don't have time to get into it. I think what's much more important is what do we need in our economy to help things flow. And what I'm doing with my work is providing exchange networks so that communities can have an accounting for the exchanges they do, which will encourage and facilitate communities to exchange goods and services.
Okay, thank you. So what about you, Michael?
Well, for me, money is stuff that's not much use in itself, but you can get stuff that is with it. It's usually a measure, a ticket. It might be a bar of gold or a bunch of goats. But typically it's just a measure that we use to enable the transaction of real goods and services. The critical issue is how do the different forms of money propagate and manage.
So how's your project related to that? I mean, what do you try to do with free money or open money?
Basically, I think we're a little high, is it? A little up? Okay.
Okay, let's start again. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Free money is the opportunity for our word to be money inside a community. It's basically the opportunity for me to make a promise that serves as a monetary instrument that I redeem by providing the service. But it takes me out of the conventional money system that is basically governmental, banking, corporate, and brings it to the community level and the personal level.
Okay, thank you. Arthur, what about your project?
Well, first of all, I distinguish money and currency differently. I'm trying to expand our use of the word currency, sort of reclaim it from its original Latin roots about currents and flows. So I think of it as a current see, the ability to see a current or flow. So money is a subset of those currencies, monetary currencies for medium of exchange, basically for agreements about value, for moving things around. Tokens that we use to move things around, usually counter to the flow of an exchange. But my project is far more focused on building the tools for what I think of as the post-monetary economy, and I'm serious about that. Like, I think that where we are moving, money will move more and more to the margins. We will still need tools, currencies, to help us move and access resources and share them effectively. But a lot of those currencies are going to be more like reputation currencies and things that give you access rather than exchange ownership.
Okay, so a lot of alternative currencies actually don't work. There's a lot of experiments that fail. So I think the question I would like to ask is, what does it take for money to succeed? What's the kind of backup needed so that people actually trust new projects? Arthur.
It's interesting you changed the question you said you were going to ask, which I like the new one better. Because for me, I think the reason many currency projects fail is because they're basically just trying to provide a national currency substitute. And that generally is less liquid, can't use it in as many places, to most people it looks less useful and does the same thing. And so if you're not clear on the niche that you're filling and a problem that you're solving, you haven't targeted your currency to meet particular needs, I think your chances of success are marginal, are minimal. Frankly, I don't think you'll succeed at all. So for me, when I look at what I call currencies, the landscape of currencies, I would actually suggest that there are many out there that are a raging success, right? You have your eBay reputation and your Amazon product ratings and your Rotten Tomatoes movie reviews and these are all reputation currencies. So for me, the place where new currencies are really successful is actually when they're not trying to fill the same niche. So to me, there's a whole realm of design principles involved in figuring out how to activate the flows in a community that you need using what type of currency, whether it's monetary or not.
Okay. Michael?
I think that the problem of trust, and it is a big problem, because when somebody says, I trust this money, they're saying, what will I get for it? So their attitude is immediately in the past. It's like, why am I going to give up any effort unless I know I'm going to get something back? It's the what's in it for me function. If people begin to realize that the function of an effective community currency is gift, service, and pattern, that is, that I do something for you, and then you are going to do something for Matt, and Matt's going to do something for Art, Art's going to do something for me. We have a cycle of gift exchange supported by the patterning of an information system. Now this, I think, is critical, and I totally dispute your concern about the money. Money is going to be with us for a few thousand years yet. The difference is that it's actually going to be with us instead of avoiding us. I've lived a lot of my time in communities where there's no money, where there's extreme poverty, and there's no need for that. We can eliminate monetary poverty in a matter of months worldwide. Now, eliminating monetary poverty is a long way to eliminating material poverty. So it's a two-stage process. I'm personally expecting community currencies to absorb something between 30 and 40% of GDP within 5 years. And it'll make a hell of a difference to the way that a collaborative commons community system works. So I'm for money. It's just I think it should be common money rather than the old stuff.
All right. Before I let Arthur answer a little bit, I'm asking Matthew to also answer the question.
I think if money is a medium of exchange, and that means people are accepting money instead of accepting value for value. And many people feel the need to know that they can exchange something for the money afterwards. And so that's where the problem of backing comes in. People want to know, is the money worth something? But the bigger question that they should be asking is, can I be sure that I will be able to exchange this currency for something? And if the money is backed by a commodity, yes, they can be sure, but there are other ways they can be sure, or they can believe that the currency will continue to flow after them as well. So any kind of agreement between a community to use a currency is enough. You don't need the backing, which is, after all, very expensive.
Okay, thank you. Any conclusion, Arthur?
No, I appreciate that Michael disagrees with where I'm coming from, and not surprised. But for me, the issue of trust, whether you think of it as what it's backed by, or whether you think of it as the confidence in the community that supports this monetary system, or the confidence in the algorithms running a cryptocurrency, whatever you are putting your trust in, there's something about that we believe in the symbols that we're using with each other. You can call that faith, trust, belief, whatever you want. And I see the nature of those symbols shifting away from the industrial age, scarcity-based, to more information age, fluency-based, like flow-based stuff. And that's why I'm saying I'm focused on a post-monetary economy, because I want to enable some of those new kinds of patterns.
Okay, well, I think that was it. So thank you so much for the three of you. You're all three pioneers in trying to make the world a better place with better monetary systems. So let's have a lot of diversity in this, and let's have better monetary systems. Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you.